Maya sat alone on the old wooden bench in the living room. Rain fell softly on the window. She was 58 years old. Her husband Kareem was 32. Tears came silently to her eyes. She wiped them away slowly. Her heart felt very heavy. Many years earlier, Maya had worked in a small, quiet bookstore. She loved the smell of old books and the calm days. One afternoon, a young man walked into the shop. He looked for old novels. His name was Kareem. He asked for help finding a special book. Maya showed him the right shelf. They started talking about stories and authors. Then they talked about life and dreams. Kareem listened carefully to every word Maya said. He made her laugh with his funny stories. When she was with him, she felt young and full of life again. After work, they often walked together in the park. They sat on the bench and held hands tightly. They watched children play and the sun slowly go down behind the trees. People started to notice them walking together. Some smiled kindly. Most whispered behind their backs. "She is old enough to be his mother," they said quietly. Maya's sister told her many times he was too young. Her grown son stopped calling her on the phone. Kareem's friends laughed at him when he spoke about Maya. His mother cried on the phone. But Maya and Kareem ignored all the words. They decided to get married anyway. The wedding was very small and quiet. Only 10 people came to the simple ceremony. Maya wore a simple white dress she bought from a second-hand shop. Kareem wore his best shirt and tie. He kissed her hand gently during the promises. The first months felt sweet and warm every day. They moved into a small apartment with 1 bedroom. Every evening they cooked dinner together and listened to soft music. At night, they watched old black and white movies on the small television. Kareem held Maya close in his arms. She rested her head on his shoulder and felt safe. Slowly, time began to change everything between them. Kareem's friends invited him out more often. He started coming home later each night. He spoke less to Maya. Maya waited alone many nights in the quiet apartment. She kept his dinner warm on the stove. Sometimes she ate by herself at the table. The food tasted like nothing. One evening, she could not stay silent anymore. She asked him softly, "Do you still love me, Kareem?" He looked down at the floor. "Of course," he answered quietly. After that night, Kareem started sleeping on the living room sofa. He said the bed was too hot for him. Maya knew it was just an excuse. She cried alone quietly. Maya began walking to the market by herself every day. She saw young couples everywhere holding hands. They laughed loudly and kissed each other. She remembered her own past. Old friends stopped calling her on the phone. Family visits ended completely. Maya felt like she was invisible in her own life. She looked older in the mirror. One night, Kareem returned almost at sunrise. Maya had waited in the dark living room. She said, "I think you regret our marriage now." He froze near the door. They sat on the floor and talked until morning light came. Kareem admitted people's words hurt him deeply. Maya said she felt old and afraid of losing him. They cried together for a long time. They held hands very tightly. For the first time in many months, they felt close again. Healing slowly started. After that night, they tried harder every single day. Kareem came home earlier than before. They ate dinner together again at the small table. They talked and laughed more. Maya's sister finally visited after more than a year. She saw Kareem's gentle care for Maya. She said quietly, "Maybe I was wrong about you two." Time moved on slowly, day by day. Kareem still sometimes felt the age difference. Maya still feared he would leave one day. but they talked openly now. One quiet afternoon, Maya opened old photo albums on the couch. She saw their first happy smiles. She touched a picture and whispered thanks to Kareem. Kareem came in from the kitchen and sat beside her. He put his arm around her shoulders. "We are still here together," he said softly. Love changed shape with time. It hurt sometimes deeply. It became quieter and heavier. But it never disappeared completely. They carried it together. Years later, Maya sat on the same wooden bench. Rain fell softly again outside. This time Kareem sat beside her. His hand rested gently on hers. They watched the rain fall quietly. They spoke very little. The pain had been real and heavy. The loneliness had been deep, but understanding was much deeper. Maya turned and looked at him. She smiled softly with love. He smiled back warmly. In that simple moment, their love felt enough. Peace had finally come.